Welcome back, everybody. Today, we're diving deep into The Four Agreements
Oh, yeah?
by Don Miguel Ruiz.
Great book.
It's a guide to personal freedom,
Uh-huh.
and it's rooted in ancient Toltec wisdom.
Very cool stuff.
Yeah, so we're going to unpack how it can help you break free from all those self-limiting beliefs and
Right.
live a more fulfilling life.
Exactly.
We're going to be talking about some really intriguing concepts,
Oh, yeah? Like what?
like domestication,
Interesting.
that parasite that's lurking in our minds.
Oh, that's a good one.
And how our words can literally cast spells.
Oh, I like that. It's so true.
Yeah, so it's going to be a really interesting deep dive.
It is fascinating how Ruiz takes these ancient ideas and makes them feel so relevant to, like, our modern struggles,
Right.
like anxieties and things.
Yeah,
It's really cool.
So let's start with this idea of domestication.
Okay.
Ruiz compares it to training a dog.
What?
Yeah, using rewards and punishments
Okay.
to shape behavior.
Oh, wow.
Kind of a jarring analogy when you first think about it.
Yeah.
But it makes you think about how we're all conditioned from childhood
Right.
to conform to these societal expectations.
Yeah, definitely. And it's like, we get imprinted with this book of law.
Oh, yeah, it's Book of Law.
Yeah, in our minds, and it dictates, what's acceptable.
What we should and shouldn't do.
Yeah, and what's not. And we learn to play by these rules to get approval, even if they don't really align with who we are.
It's true.
Think about the beliefs you've inherited about success relationships, even happiness.
A lot.
Like, how many of those are truly your beliefs?
Right.
And how many are just echoes of what you've been taught?
That's such a good point. It's so easy to just accept those inherited beliefs.
It is.
Without question,
Totally.
Even if they make us unhappy,
Yeah.
we end up living in this dream dictated by fear and self-judgment.
Yeah.
What Ruiz calls the dream of hell.
Oh, I don't like that.
No, it's not a good dream.
But the good news is we can wake up,
Okay, so there's hope.
Yeah, we have the power to wake up from that dream and create a new one.
Okay, I like that.
A dream of heaven, based on personal freedom
Okay.
and authentic self-expression.
I like that much better.
Yeah, so that's where the four agreements come in.
Okay, let's get into that.
Each agreement is like a tool
Haha.
to rewrite that book of law, with something way more empowering.
Love it.
Yeah,
So the first agreement
Yeah.
is to be impeccable with your word.
it's so important.
Right. Ruiz really emphasizes the power of words
Yeah.
to create and destroy.
So cast spells.
It casts spells. I
Yeah.
love that analogy.
He tells the story about a mother who unintentionally cursed her daughter's singing voice
Oh, wow.
with just a careless remark.
That's heavy.
Yeah, and it shows how even like casual words,
Right, like offhand comments.
yeah, they can have a really lasting impact.
Wow. Yeah, it makes you think about the power of our words, not
Mhm.
just on other people, but on ourselves, right?
Absolutely.
Like that inner critic that we all have can be pretty brutal sometimes.
Oh, yeah, mine is so mean.
Oh, tell me about it.
It's terrible.
So really, impeccability, it's not just about avoiding like harsh language.
No, it's not just
It's
that.
about speaking with integrity and kindness and truth,
Yeah,
starting with how we talk to ourselves.
starting with ourselves for sure.
Yeah, I love that.
Yeah.
Which brings us to the second agreement.
Okay, hit me.
Don't take anything personally.
Oh, this is a hard one.
It's tough.
Yeah.
It's all about recognizing that other people's actions and opinions are more about them
Right.
than they are about you.
Exactly.
But it's so hard.
It is hard.
How can we actually apply this in our daily lives?
Right.
Especially when, we feel hurt or offended by something.
It takes like a shift in perspective.
Okay, so how do we do that?
It's like imagine someone calls you stupid
Oh, that's the worst.
Right.
I hate that.
instead of like internalizing that label.
Yeah.
You recognize that it says more about their perception than your actual intelligence.
Oh, okay. So we got to remember, their reality is not our reality.
Right. It's their reality,
Okay.
not yours.
Okay, I can see that.
Yeah.
So it's about detaching its sense of self-worth
Yes.
from other people's opinions?
Exactly. And then you develop this like emotional immunity.
Okay, I like that.
Yeah, because you're not letting those like external barbs, pierce your sense of self.
Right, they just bounce right off.
Yeah, they can't get in.
Yeah, I love that. Okay.
It's great.
That makes sense. And this ties into the third agreement.
All right, let's hear it.
Don't make assumptions.
Oh, that's another good one.
It's all about recognizing how assumptions can lead to misunderstanding
For sure.
and conflicts
Yeah.
and missed opportunities for connection.
Ruiz tells this funny anecdote
Oh,
about
I love his anecdote.
They're so good. He's a great storyteller.
Yes.
So he talks about someone who builds this whole like fantasy relationship.
Oh, no.
Yeah, in their mind, just based on a single smile from a stranger.
Oh, my gosh, we've all been there.
We've all done it, and it shows how easily assumptions
Right.
can distort our perception of reality.
Totally. So instead of jumping to conclusions,
Mm-hmm.
we need to be willing to ask questions and communicate clearly.
Yes, community.
It's better to seek clarity than to just stew in the poison of assumptions.
Oh, that's a good one.
Right.
Yeah, stew in the poison.
I like that one.
Yeah.
Okay, so that brings us to the fourth agreement.
Right, the final agreement.
Always do your best.
Okay.
Now, this one can feel a little intimidating at first glance. Like it's setting the bar impossibly high.
Well, what's interesting here is that Ruiz acknowledges that our best fluctuates.
Okay.
So it's about consistent effort, not perfection.
Oh, okay, that makes me feel better.
Yeah, he tells a story about a man who asked the master about meditation.
Okay.
And he's eager to achieve enlightenment quickly.
Of course, who isn't there?
And the master actually advises against, like, overexertion.
Really?
Yeah, he says that forcing it could be just as detrimental as laziness.
Oh, wow. So it's more about aligning our actions with our intentions.
Yes.
And doing what we can do.
Yeah,
Presence and focus.
exactly.
It reminds me of that saying,
What's that?
we can do no more than we can do.
Oh, that's a good one.
All right.
I like that.
So doing your best is really about self-acceptance, learning from mistakes, and fully engaging with life.
Yes, fully engaging, not just enduring it.
Right.
Yeah,
Okay, so these four agreements are a really powerful framework for personal transformation.
I think so.
But Ruiz goes even deeper than that.
Oh, yeah.
He also introduces the Toltec path to freedom,
Right.
which gets into some pretty deep concepts.
Yeah.
He introduces the three Toltec masteries:
Oh, what are those?
awareness, transformation, and intent.
Okay.
And he talks about this parasite that lives in our minds.
Oh,
I know, right? This parasite concept is intriguing.
yeah.
But I have to admit, it's a little unsettling.
It's a little creepy.
Yeah. Can you help us understand what he means by that?
Sure. It's not a literal parasite, of course. It's more like
Okay.
a metaphor. You know, it's like for the judge,
Mm-hmm.
the victim,
Right.
and our, like, ingrained belief system.
Oh, okay.
You know, that part of us that thrives on negativity
Right.
and keeps us trapped in those, like, self-defeating patterns.
Oh, yeah, we all have that.
Yeah, we all do.
So it's like this internal saboteur.
Yeah, like a little monster.
Okay, a mind monster. I like that.
That feeds on our fears and insecurities.
Yeah, it's not a pretty picture.
No, it's not. But the good news is
Okay.
we can combat this metaphorical mind monster.
Okay, so how do we fight it?
Well, Ruiz suggests, like, three main ways.
Lay on me.
Okay, so first we can confront our fears head on.
Just charge right in.
Pretty much, yeah. And each fear we face,
Mm-hmm.
it weakens the parasite's grip.
Okay.
It's like cutting off one of its heads.
So facing our fears is like a spiritual workout.
I like that. Yeah, like a workout for your soul.
Okay, I'm into that.
Yeah, it's good stuff.
Okay, what's the second way?
The second approach is to cut off the parasite's food supply.
Okay, and what does it eat?
Negativity, all that's like anger, jealousy,
That's not
self-hate.
meant fun.
Yeah, all those fear-based emotions.
Yeah.
So by gaining control of our emotional reactions,
Mm-hmm.
we starve the beast.
Oh, okay. So it's like a diet for the mind monster.
Exactly. Yeah, give it healthy food.
I like that. Okay, so we've got our spiritual workout
Yeah.
and our mental diet.
Right.
What's the third approach?
Okay, so this one's a little more out there.
Okay.
It's called the initiation of the dead.
Oh, wow. That sounds intense.
It's a bit of a mystery.
Okay.
What does it actually mean to symbolically die?
Right.
Well, it's about surrendering to the present moment.
Okay.
You know, letting go of the past
Mm-hmm.
and all those limiting beliefs that no longer serve us.
Right. Just shedding them like a snake sheds its skin.
Exactly. It's like a recognition that everything is impermanent.
Right. Nothing lasts forever.
Yeah, we could die at any moment.
That's a cherry thought.
Yeah, but paradoxically, this realization can make us feel more alive than ever.
Really?
Yeah, it's like that saying, life is too short to...
Oh, I love that one.
Yeah, fill in the blank with whatever's holding you back.
Love it.
So yeah, this concept of symbolic death,
Okay.
it ties into Ruiz's emphasis on forgiveness.
Forgiveness.
Yeah, he sees it as essential for healing.
Okay.
Those emotional wounds that keep us trapped in suffering.
Yeah, but this idea of forgiveness, it's often misunderstood.
It is. People get confused.
Yeah, like, doesn't forgiving someone who's hurt us mean we're condoning their actions?
No, not at all.
Okay.
Ruiz makes a really important distinction here.
Okay, I'm listening.
He says we forgive not because the other person deserves it,
Okay.
but because we deserve peace.
Oh, I like that.
Yeah, it's an act of self-love.
Self-forgiveness almost.
Yeah, exactly. Not letting those past hurts, continue to poison us.
Right, cutting off the poison.
Yes, exactly.
So it's about releasing resentment
Mm-hmm.
and freeing ourselves from that cycle of pain.
Precisely.
Yeah, I can get behind that.
Yeah, and he has this really vivid analogy.
Oh, I love his analogy.
They're so good.
Okay, what is it?
It's about infected skin.
Okay.
So he compares the human mind to skin
Okay.
that's covered in infected wounds.
Ouch.
Yeah, and each wound represents an emotional hurt.
Okay, I see where you're going with this.
Yeah, and just like touching infected skin causes pain,
Right.
those wounds make us react defensively.
Right.
creating distance between ourselves and others.
So it's like we're all walking around with these invisible wounds,
Yeah, exactly.
afraid to really connect for
Yes,
fear of getting hurt again.
exactly. And we've become so used to this state
Right.
of emotional woundedness.
Like it's normal.
Yeah, we think it's normal, but it's not.
Okay.
It's a disease. Ruiz says,
Ah.
and the cure is forgiveness.
Okay, so by forgiving, we're cleaning out those wounds.
Yes.
Allowing them to heal.
Mm-hmm.
So we can experience genuine connection without pain.
Exactly. It's about restoring that natural state
Okay.
of love and joy,
Yeah.
that we were born with.
Like before the domestication process took over.
Right, exactly.
Hey, this is all incredibly powerful.
It is powerful stuff.
But it also feels like a lot to process.
A lot to think about.
Yeah, we've got this parasite to contend with, emotional wounds to heal,
Yeah.
symbolic deaths to undergo.
Right.
It can feel a little overwhelming.
It can feel overwhelming.
Yeah, where do we even begin?
Well, it's true. It can be a lot.
Yeah,
But remember, Ruiz emphasizes this is a journey,
okay.
not a destination.
Not a race.
No, you're not trying to get to the finish line.
Okay.
The key is to start small.
Okay, small steps.
Yeah. Focus on one agreement at a time.
Pick one.
Yeah. And then practice, practice, practice.
Repetition is key.
Yes, repetition is key.
Like learning a
Yeah.
language.
Or a musical instrument.
Right.
It takes time and consistent effort.
But as we practice those agreements,
yes.
we gradually gain more personal power.
Exactly. And remember, breaking those old limiting agreements,
Right.
it frees up the energy that was trapped in maintaining them.
Oh, okay, that's interesting.
Yeah, so the more you practice,
Mm-hmm.
the stronger you become.
I like that.
And the easier it gets to break free from that dream of hell.
I'm ready to break free.
Yeah, and create your personal dream of heaven.
Oh, much better.
Yeah.
I love how he talks about creating our own dream of heaven.
Me too.
It sounds almost too good to be true.
I know it does.
Can you elaborate on what he means by that?
Sure. So he paints this beautiful picture
Okay.
of what that heaven on earth could look like.
Okay.
Imagine a life where you don't need to justify your existence,
Oh, wow.
where you're free to be who you truly are
Yeah.
without fear of judgment.
Oh, that would be amazing.
I know, right?
No more judgment.
And a world where you can express your dreams,
Uh-huh.
ask for what you need,
Okay.
and love freely without fear of rejection.
Oh, that does sound pretty amazing.
It does, doesn't it?
Yeah.
And he emphasizes that it's not some unattainable utopia.
Oh, good.
It's a state of being that's available to us right now,
Okay.
if we choose to shift our perception.
Okay, so how do we make that shift?
That's the question, isn't it?
It is the million-dollar question.
The million-dollar question.
How do we unlock that heaven on earth?
Well, the key is love.
Love.
Yeah, Ruiz believes that love is the foundation
Okay.
of this new dream.
I can get behind that.
Yeah, he believes it has the power to transform our perception
Okay.
and create a state of bliss, of true happiness.
Okay.
He even guides us through this beautiful visualization
Oh, I love a good visualization.
where we imagine seeing the world with new eyes,
Okay.
perceiving love radiating from everything around us,
That's a beautiful image, but how do we make that more than just a fleeting feeling?
right?
How do we make love our default way of being in the world?
That's the real work.
Okay, so what is it?
It's about consciously choosing love in every moment.
In every interaction.
Yeah, replacing those old fear-based agreements
Mm.
with new agreements grounded in love,
Okay.
kindness, and compassion.
So it's not just about thinking loving thoughts.
No.
It's about taking loving actions.
Exactly. Embodying love in everything we do.
Everything we do.
From how we treat ourselves to how we interact with others.
I'm starting to see how these 4 agreements are more than just a self-help framework.
Right.
They're like a path to a profound spiritual transformation.
Yes. And Ruiz doesn't shy away from the spiritual dimension
Oh,
of
okay.
these teachings. He draws parallel to other spiritual traditions,
Okay.
comparing the new dream to concepts like the promised land,
Mm-hmm.
nirvana, and heaven.
Wow, right?
Yeah, and he even includes some beautiful prayers in the book
Really?
designed to help us connect with that divine spark
That divine spark.
within ourselves.
I love that. Wow. This has been an incredible deep dive.
Yeah, lots to think about.
I'm definitely going to need some time to digest all of this.
Yeah.
Maybe reread the book,
With fresh eyes.
With fresh eyes. Yeah, exactly. But before we wrap up,
Sure.
what's one key takeaway you'd like our listener to walk away with today?
One key takeaway.
Yeah.
So I think what stands out to me is this idea that
Yeah.
we have the power to change our perception,
Okay.
to break free from those self-limiting beliefs
Mm-hmm.
and create a life that's filled with love, joy, and peace.
It's a beautiful vision.
It is. It's not always easy.
No, it's definitely a journey.
It's a journey, but it's possible.
Absolutely. And what's fascinating is that it all starts with awareness.
Oh, yeah. Awareness is key.
Becoming aware of those, like, unconscious agreements.
Right, those things running in the
Yeah, that
background.
are running the show in our
Yeah.
minds.
And once we're aware of them,
Mm-hmm.
then we can make conscious choices.
Right.
Replacing those fear-based agreements with something more empowering.
Something more aligned with our true selves.
Yeah, with our heart's true desires.
I love that.
Yeah. And that's where the real magic happens.
Oh, tell me about the magic.
Well, when we start living in alignment with our truth,
Mm-hmm.
the world around us starts to reflect that back to us.
Okay.
It's like we create this ripple effect.
Oh, I like that, a ripple effect.
Yeah, of love and positivity,
Okay.
not just in our own lives,
Right.
but in the lives of those around us.
So it's like we're raising the vibration.
Exactly. Raising the vibration.
I love that. And Ruiz also talks about designing our own personal dream of heaven.
Oh, yeah, that's a good one.
Such a powerful concept.
It is.
If you could design your own dream of heaven,
That's a great question.
what would it look like?
Well, for me, it would involve a deep sense of inner peace.
Inner peace.
Yeah. And a profound connection with nature.
Okay.
And the freedom to pursue my creative passions without any limitations.
That sounds beautiful.
It does, doesn't it?
It does. And even if we can't literally create heaven on earth,
Right.
this concept encourages us to envision the life we want
Yeah,
and start taking steps to create it.
exactly. The four agreements provide this framework
Okay.
for shifting from a victim mentality
Okay.
to a creator mentality.
I like that.
It's about recognizing that we have more control over our
Like
experience
often realize.
than we think. Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely.
It's about stepping into our power.
owning it.
Yes. And claiming responsibility for our own happiness.
Love it.
So, to our listener,
Yes.
I encourage you to embrace this journey.
Yeah.
Be patient with yourself.
Yes. Patience is key.
It is, and celebrate every step you take.
Every little victory.
Yes, towards personal freedom.
Love it. Well, that's a wrap on this deep dive.
It was a good one.
I hope you found it insightful and inspiring.
Me too.
Until next time, keep seeking, keep growing,
Keep learning.
and keep diving deep into the vast ocean of knowledge.
There's so much out there.
We'll be here to guide you along the way.
Absolutely. CT2.